Captain, can you hear me? Captain Reyes. He's coming to. There you go, sailor. Open your eyes. This is Tigris Captain Farron.
Heart rate stabilizing. Blood gases and range.
It's Chief Bryant Ling. He's a Tigris corpsman.
Where's Ethan?
Right here, sir.
You're on a shuttle from my vessel Tigris. I'm taking you back to Retribution.
My ship, my crew.
Retribution's in good hands. Sit him up. She's right out there, in all her guts and glory.
Who contacted you?
Lieutenant Salter. She asked the Admiral for a retrieval team. Under the circumstances, he deemed the recovery too risky.
Rains didn't authorize the rescue.
War has no friends, Reyes. Perhaps my motivations were selfish, but I have no intention of fighting out here alone. I tasked a pilot and 2 spotters, and we set out to your last known location.
How did you account for radial velocity?
Gravitational drag and something we've been lacking. Luck. We had to pry Ethan's arms open. They'd frozen around you. Protecting his captain to the end. Dauntless valor, Ethan.
Boundless terror, Captain.
You are a humble one.
5 seconds to dock.
Thanks, Farron. You saved our lives.
We are a fraternity of 2, you and I. 50% attrition rate is not gonna fly. Welcome home, Captain.
Above and beyond the call, Farron.
A calculated risk, Lieutenant. I'll be returning to Tigris now. Let's get back to work.
Be careful with him.
Captain, please. I can look after myself.
Ethan, go to engineering, see Mac, get a clean bill.
What about you, sir?
Don't you worry about me.
Try and stop me, sir.
Salt, I heard what you...
You ready?
Always.
Your crew's waiting for you, Captain. Let's go, Reyes. Captain on the bridge.
Sir, Admiral Reyes is on the line.
Rayman doesn't waste any time.
Bring him up.
Bridge is sealed.
Captain Reyes, it's damn good to see you, son. First and foremost, I have a classified briefing for your eyes only. Meet me in your operations office.
Yes, sir.
Camo, patch the Admiral into the Captain's operations office.
Check. Connecting now.
Go ahead, Admiral.
This is an update on the Aegis gun saboteur. Our team has completed a forensic evaluation of the SDF asset we now know as Raya. An internally planted device was found on the prisoner. It's a transponder, emitting as we speak.
What message is it sending?
We're still decrypting it. In the meantime, I briefed Lieutenant Salter on the developments in the field that need your attention. The war goes on, Captain Reyes. Defeat is not an option. Top Cat out.
Secure connection has terminated, sir.
Thanks, Camo.
More detailed reports available there at your desk terminal, Reyes. Or we can choose our next mission.
The ops map's updated and available whenever you're ready, Commander. Tigris is setting out, sir.
Good flight, Farron. Safe travels.
To you as well, Captain Reyes.
There's a new mission from Stratcom near Mercury. Another air-to-air mission has also become available.
Here's the lay of the land. This is Vesta 3, mining colony. Provides us with all the raw materials we need to rebuild the fleet. Today's shipment never left port. Approx 1800, Vesta HQ went dark. All attempts to make contact have since failed.
What's their security package?
Mechanized. Bots guard the facility. Our mission is to assess what happened and report back to the Admiral immediately.
Special recon.
He's throwing us an easy one.
Don't be so sure. What do we got?
The asteroid's not where it belongs, sir.
Its orbital path is well off its natural course.
I've got a radiation trail.
Where does it lead?
Toward the sun, ma'am.
How close?
Just outside the operational boundary, Captain.
Our equipment can handle it?
If repairs from the blowout hold, I can wrestle it in. Let's go for it, Captain.
You heard the man. Let's drop.
All hands, drop stations.
Collision alarms up. Drive is spooled.
Ship is prime. We're set.
Take us out, Gator.
Jump in 3, 2, 1.
Status?
Pilot integrity shows low.
Shield hold.
Radiation's increasing.
Steady as she goes.
Here comes the drop.
Influx in 3, 2, 1.
UV filters, polarize the glass.
Roger.
Error margin 0.01. Good drop.
Where's the asteroid, Gator?
My coordinates were an intercept course. Vesta 3 should be... right there.
Confirmed. Vesta 3 directly off the bow.
Matches velocity.
We're following it.
Stellar flying, Gator.
Nice work, everyone. Bosun, tell Omar to get his team on the flight deck in 3. Gator, get a Raven set, you got the con. Salt, you with me.
You know it. How you feeling, Raider?
What was the official count, Salt?
On what?
The Olympus attack, how many did we lose?
16. You heard what Max said. The shit ain't easy. Let's get to work, Slick.
Captain? Chief decided to stop by. She's been working on a present for you two.
Watch this. A-10. Automatic target acquisition drone, 4th revision. It shoots what you shoot.
Chief's in her element.
Thanks, Chief.
Nothing but close quarters and open terrain on Vesta. Got some of Mac's new ATADs to help close the gap. Added protection is always a good thing. Worker bots help mine the asteroid. Could come in handy. That'll do you right, sir.
How does an asteroid get that far off course?
Let's go get that answer.
We're not rocket scientists.
Want to bring the Chief?
Meh, I vote no. Boss! What do you call a fighter pilot in a rainstorm? Tell me! Dry as a bone. Words of wisdom, Lieutenant. Your Raven's up on Bay 2. Staff Sergeant and his men are waiting for you in the cabin.
Thanks, boss.
Flares will wreak havoc on your avionics. Bring yourself back in one piece.
That looks scary as shit, boss.
Whoa, back it up! That ain't funny, man.
At ease.
Kashima, you're my co-pilot.
Never out of fight.
Yes, ma'am.
You on tight?
Still standing, Staff Sergeant.
That's the way. How's he?
Max clearing him for combat.
Strong bastard.
It's our window, Raider. Come on up. We're right on target.
Lieutenant Salter, go green.
Boosters in 3, 2, 1. Good set. We're in scanning range in 30.
Check all frequencies for distress signals.
Raj, radio's up.
No Marines ever been this close to the Daystar, that's for sure.
Ah, you hear that, Lieutenant? We're setting some sort of record.
Stop talking, Cash. That's an order. Asteroid rotation's fluctuating. About a minute, give or take.
That's 100 times normal spin.
Let's get a look at the day side.
Degrees in the sun?
Shit.
Get us to cover, Salt.
Roger. We got a beacon.
No, nobody could have survived this.
We don't know that.
The Facility's toast. Let's get back to base and report to Rains.
We should find a place to land.
That is not advisable.
Staff Sergeant.
You pick your mission, Captain. Don't let it pick you.
We're going down there. Search and rescue.
Aye, sir. I see a hangar up ahead. We can set down inside out of the sun.
Do it.
Roger. Forcing down.
Boost rigs on. Let's go. Bring up survivors, Captain. On me. Be advised. Separation on the ground could be catastrophic. Stick together. Keep out of the sun.
Roger that.
Let's find these civilians, dead or alive. Move out! Go, go! Make sure we're clear! Torches up! Tank, check! Hold there! This is our entry point.
Holy cow.
Jason's power's going on and off with the sun. Generator must be big.
The ice that light was bright. Yeah, this ice cycle's coming back around any second.
We have to move in the shade. There's no other way.
Salter's right.
Solar panels across the way will give us the cover we need. Here's our window. Get ready. Now, move!
Shit, that was close.
Call the Kashima. Generators are cool, they can't hold the charge.
Got power with the light and the blackout with the dark.
Let's keep eyes on. Use it to our advantage.
This is nuts.
You guys hear that?
On the source of our beacon.
Must have got caught outside.
That dude is well done. Good eyes on the sizable structure.
Need to make it to that airlock.
I'm going down.
Let's press.
On you, Corporal.
Now!
Open door!
Get inside! Move it!
Come on, Raider. Book it. Airlock's running on backup.
Triggers in an emergency. Yeah, well, I'd say this qualifies.
Let's keep moving. On you, Captain.
You guys hear that? Oh, looks like a quake hit or something.
Take more than that to knock this place out of orbit.
Everyone spread out. Let's see what we can find. Shit. Get over here, I got something.
Coming for you.
He was in a firefight? Looks that way. Poor bastard.
I don't think these two were getting along so well.
Maybe Ethan was right.
You mean about those things turning? Their own security bots turned on them? They can't do that, right?
Keep it tight. Breathers on. Scan your sixes.
We're looking for survivors forward to this position.
On me, Reyes.
Right behind you, Fever.
On your six.
Worker drones. Oh, man. Why are they moving like that? There's blood on the walls. Got a dead civilian here. Another one? Looks like his neck is broken.
She's good, Cash.
Lights out. Night cycle.
Drones must be tied to the power then.
Good call, Mom. Let's get this door open, Reyes. Think anyone's left to rescue?
Let's hope so.
No funny, Captain.
Guard bots on standby.
Power's up, they're live!
Crazy! One dog tech shooting at us. Access to the closed circuit system.
Good call, Marines. Cameras may give us a fix on our personnel.
Weapons and ammo! Grab what you need!
Alcedo, be advised. Red light dead ahead.
Maybe our command center. Hold for shadow.
There's tons of them! Up like this guy.
We can hack through. Engage the locks from the other side.
Roger that.
All yours, Reyes.
Stay cycles up! Stay covered!
11 o'clock!
You think that was all of them? That'd be awesome if that was all of them. We're not waiting around to find out. Crazy! Clear? All clear. Captain Reyes, get eyes on this. I think we found our civvies.
That's them, all right.
Where are they?
Close. Landing area over the mine.
You were right, Captain.
Salt, get back to Raven 1. I want you on the X for evac.
Raj. I'll brief the Red on what we know so far.
Check. Listen up. We're getting those people out of here.
The mine's just ahead of us. Straight shot. Let's move.
Sergeant, Hick! Source from these mines.
Enemy sniper! On the catwalk! 12 o'clock! Enemy sniper! On the catwalk! 12 o'clock! Max! First floor! 11 o'clock! First floor! 12 o'clock!
We'll have to jump across.
We're close.
Fever, Raider, we're on the X. What's your status?
Up and away. Contact with Retribution was a no-go. Solar flares are killing the net.
They don't know we're here. They may be armed.
Maintain fire discipline. We don't want any accidents.
Stack up.
I'm Commander Nick Reyes. We're here to rescue you.
Thank heavens.
You're gonna get us out of here?
We have a transport ready for evac.
Mom, can you tell us what happened?
Cloud Circuit captured this. Death ship came out of nowhere. Big son of a bitch. Opened fire, knocked the asteroid off course.
Olympus was there, Captain.
Our own mess attacked us.
There was no accident. SDF must have got him into the program.
Did you find any other survivors? There's more of us, but they...
Then you're all that's left.
Landing pad's right outside. It's covered by heat shielding, though.
Materials here are highly explosive.
Roger that. Let's do this.
When you open us up to the airpad, the bots are gonna get in here.
You want to get out of here or not?
Get your people lined up. We're gonna have to make a run for the transport.
I'll take you to the switch, but I'm not pulling it, Captain.
Fever, Raider is opening an LZ for civilian evac. Be advised, exfil will be hot.
Solid copy. I'm in place.
Okay. Deliver. Open the shutters. I hope you know what you're doing.
We're ready when you are, Commander.
Seas open, favorite. Time to shadow.
You too, Vader.
Marines, protect your people. Fire when ready.
Hold them off! We evac on the night cycle! Get to the transport! Let's go, let's go! Explosives on the right! I got you, Captain! Take this! Watch our backs! Ah! I won't make it! Leave me! Go! We'll do that! Mission first! Go now! No, stop! Stop! That's an order! Sergeant! 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 Stop this thing! Turn it around! Step back! He's still down there, Salt! Turn the ship around!
He's gone, sir.
We left him, Corporal.
There's nothing you could do, Captain.
I gave you a direct order!
I'm the pilot of this ship. It's my job to make sure that we get back.
We lift off on my order!
We shouldn't have been down there in the first place.
That's not your call.
Mission comes first. Omar's words, not mine.
I bring my men home, Salt. We do both.
Captain, he goes willingly.
He didn't have to, Corporal.
Two seconds, Salt. All I needed was 2 more seconds.
I needed those 2 seconds to get us off the X.
What if it were me?
What are you asking me?
Would you have left me out there?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Hesitation is a hole in the head, Reyes. We both know that. There was no other way.
There's always another way.
Not always.
Since when?
Since you became captain.
Main to Raven.
Send traffic, Gator.
We received an emergency off-rep, Captain. What's your ETA?
We're coming in now.
You're needed on the bridge ASAP, sir.
Roger, we've got civilians on board.
Acknowledged. We'll prep for offload. Out.
This day's not ending anytime soon. Let's keep the barrel side out. Fight the enemy, not each other. You got the green light to do whatever it takes.
Sorry about Omar, Reyes.
Me too, Sol.